If you have your magazines next to you, please grab them. But I'll start with the Nairobian newspaper. And you know, as usual, the Nairobian has big, interesting, shocking headlines. And this time around, the headline reads, kidney sale cartels lure Nairobians poor. And of course, they're saying that residents are pocketing 200,000 shillings as their organs are being sold for up to 12 million shillings. And that story is on page 8 and 9. And as I go in to the Nairobi looking at that story, it's a prospect of earning 12 million shillings from the sale of an organ abroad. It's attracting many Nairobians. And of course, the poor people are the ones who are being targeted in this cartel. And it's a shame because they're getting 200,000 for the kidneys, which are sold for over 12 million shillings abroad. Of course, we have body part prices right there on page 8 and 9 of the Nairobian, talking about this big cartel. The human heart. We have a human heart there being sold for as much as 290,000 US dollars. In Kenyan shillings, it's 24.65 million shillings. A liver going for 24.65 million shillings again. We have a kidney going for 12.3 million. Pancreas going for 11.9 million. And of course, they're saying here they're targeting the poor people who are given as much as 200,000 or 100,000 shillings. And yet the parts are being sold for over 12 million, over 24 million shillings. So right there, page 8 and 9 of the Nairobian, you need to read that story. Interesting story that is happening here that Nairobian has uncovered. And moving on, just next to page 8 and 9 and 10, we have page 11. Right there, we have the cops who caught half-naked mudra dancers. As we saw in Nairobian some weeks back, mudra dancers are the ones who are taken from India, and they're brought here with the prospect and with the promise of a good life and just dancing in one of these big hotels. And of course, when they get here, it's a whole other different story. So we have cops who caught, 13 half-naked mudra dancers. Page 11, a lot of interesting stories for you to take a look at in the Nairobian. And let me move you over to Kate's Heads Up on page 19 as we move fast. We have, on this page is, all the gossip that you need to know that is happening in the industry. They say here that Shafi has sobered up for Ramadan. Interesting story right there. I wonder if that's true. We have Miss Kenya, and of course we'll be telling you about Miss Kenya. The former Miss Kenya, Susan Onyango, has finally opened up about her new love with business and love, of course, with Kwame Bonsu right there. Heads Up with Kate on page 19. Couple of things that you need to check out on page 19 of the Pulse. Very, very, very interesting. And I don't think I need to talk too much about it because Nairobian is one newspaper that you need to get for yourself and just, peruse through it page by page and just have a good day, make your Friday a very good one. So that's the Nairobian for you. Of course, like I said, the shocking headline right there is a kidney sale cartel in Nairobi. And of course, they're targeting the poor. You need to get yourself that. Moving on to the Pulse magazine. This is a magazine that shows you how to get a life. And I see Smita standing by just there in as he gears up to get in studio with me right here. Yeah. Smita, how are you?
Hi. Hi.
How are you?
Fine. Wow.
Have you been?
Fine. Thank you for waking me up. Boy.
It's nice. Where have you been? Why?
I went for even the education minister was there. I went for a function.
Yes.
There's a big bottle of wine. Don't drink wine. Nika Valium.
I think I'll have to share my newspaper with you because you haven't come with yours.
Yeah, no problem.
Smita.
Yes.
What do you think about the Nairobian story, about the cartel, about selling kidneys and hearts and other parts of the body?
Me, I want a liver and a pancreas.
But they're targeting the poor people who are being given 200,000 shillings to give up their kidneys or the liver, and yet it's being sold for over 20 million shillings abroad.
You see, this is life, social stratification.
Okay.
Yeah? 200,000, you make 2,000 bob a month. You just think about it. It's like, it's 10 years of your life. It's 10 years of your life. What do you mean it's not worth it? it's worth it for that person.
For 200,000 shillings, I don't think it's worth the trouble.
Yeah, but you see also, there's ignorance.
True.
Yeah, and then people know you can survive with one kidney. Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Everything in life has a price, including a liver. If you have a new liver out there and you're listening to me,
and you saw, and people also sell this one.
I'll buy your liver for 2 million.
Yes. So moving on to page 5, Smita.
Yes.
This is a caught out page.
Yes, our famous caught out page.
People getting wet into the pool. And you think there was a story actually in the Nairobian talking about a girl who was given 100,000 shillings just to, they say, to just get wet into the pool.
Just to get wet.
If I may say that on TV.
To get wet? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes. So,
like if you are rained on just now with this lovely white blouse you're wearing.
Yes. So I'm going to be paying 100,000 shillings to have this top with water.
Yeah. There are people now, the opposite of the ones who sell kidneys.
Yes.
Pesa inasumbua mfuko. So you're so bored, maybe you are carrying 1 million shillings. You drink a bit and then you decide, get wet.
For a little bit of money here.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, you see right down there on page 5 of the Pulse on Quarter, there's a man wearing a lady's bra. I don't know what that is all about, but it's on the fashion cover right below there. I think guys need to take a look at that.
Yeah. This is the cross-dressing we have been talking about. This GLY.
I think he was really drunk. I don't think he would be wearing a bra on a normal day like that.
I think he walks with it in town. Tomboyest.
I like to find out his name. The spotlight on page 6, Smita, it talks about Miss Karoon. I love her new look. I think is she coming out of her shell on page 6? Is she, there's something new, something vivacious about her.
You know, it's vivacious.
Yes.
And very effervescent about her.
Look at her right there. She looks quite nice.
Miss Karoon is just stopping to be a teenager. That's all.
Yes, and I think her solo career rather will skyrocket, and she
was very talented.
Yes,
I'm glad her mother made her go back to school.
Yes,
I want to tell the youth, keep going back to school.
The youth.
I mean, just stay in school. Yeah, the youth.
Yes,
yes. But no, and
it's a good thing. I'd like to see what.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yes.
She looks very like.
She looks very mature. I like that. And page 6 will talk about what her solo career is all about, her education, and.
I wonder what will happen to Sharperman. You know, last week he was beating up someone else. I would advise Sharperman to become a boxer. And a karateka. You know, that's how God tells you have talents. When you're singing, but every time you're in the club, you're beating someone up. That's God. That's Jesus trying to tell you.
I think it's youth. I think you grow out of it.
Sharperman, even the name when he chose it, it's your destiny. Beat people up. We're sharper.
That's it. I think I can't even say anything about that. People just need to grow up just a little bit.
Sharperman needs to get a new career, a physical one.
A physical or boxing. Yes. Tell me about your page 7. With At the Scene with Smita. What are you talking about this time?
I'm talking about Sheng. Can you believe me with my polished English?
Yes.
Shall I acquire any English accent right now, Brenda?
No, please don't.
No? Even if William is getting a child. Well, it's about Sheng. We were at a Sheng seminar. And there are a lot being arranged. It's like professors have suddenly...
A Sheng seminar?
Sheng seminar.
Okay.
I don't know what I was doing there. My language is Sminglish. But well, it's all about Sheng, the evolution. Do you know
there's an evolution? Sheng has evolved from...
You know, when I call you Brendaski, there was that time, it's not that just that Russian, there was that time for Cold War. Even in Ofafa, they used to talk about like that, Pitaski during the Cold War.
So it's just come back from...
From 1990.
Good stuff.
It's 1990.
Page 7 of the Pulse. That's an interesting one. I think I need to go to the cover story on page 10 and 11. And I think this is true, Smita, that they say that these days, upcoming musicians need to do a collab with established artists rather, so that they can make it in the industry. I think so. And they're talking here about what, and you should see page 10 and 11, they're talking about some of the artists and how much they charge for collabos. And I'm seeing here someone like Antonio, so in the Sari Sari video with a song with DK and Scoop, he pocketed 250,000 shillings just for that collab.
That's a smart move by some established artists. Okay, Antonio Sol, you got to, but he's just there. Because there's some artists.
It's like a lucrative venture for artists.
Yeah, it's like saying, you tell me, you established on TV, you say to appear, you'll pay this 25.
I think like, you know, it's funny because over here people don't really appreciate it, but abroad, having a collabo, doing a collabo with any artist, you have to cough up some money. You have to make money one way or another.
Brenda, that's not true. No, abroad, I mean, if it's a really huge name, they don't want, you don't have the money like to pay Jay-Z for what?
You can't.
So
you can't.
It's
you
the
can't
opposite. Sometimes they incorporate. Do you remember when Madonna snogged? She was doing some lesbianic kissing
with Britney Spears.
Yes. She was tapping into Britney's market. She wanted, you know, she's the established artist, but she wanted like a younger demographic. So you can't pay them enough money. Well, apart from some of these Jamaicans who P-Square pays.
But you even see, as you see here, Smita, look, Diamond is saying that he charges 800,000 shillings for any artist to do a collab with him.
So it's just an example of African venality.
Well, it's all about making the money, as in, I'm an artist, I'm big.
And talking of P-Square, did you hear that one? What Nigerians, your favorite people, you know, they riot in places like Tahrir Square, in Lebanon, they always squares. So they said in Nigeria, they'll riot in P-Square.
In P-Square?
So the revolution will come here.
The revolution will come here. So that's page 10 and 11, Smith, are talking about no pain, no playing, right there. I think I agree. Vera is our attitude today. She is on page 12.
Wasn't she your guest once?
No, I haven't had a chance to bring on the show. But
there's a girl with some Dendai one day who came here.
Yeah, she's the Dendai in P-Unit's video, and she's there for, I'm talking about her style and her wardrobe, looking fabulous with her wardrobe, you know, accentuating her curves. Monday to Friday, what, you know.
I think her curves accentuate her. Brenda is a person attached to a bum.
You should see her in person. She has the full pear figure.
Sorry, not my kind.
Pear figure.
Pears. I don't like pears. I like bananas.
What is it on page 16? What am I? Am I a banana?
You're a banana.
I'm a banana.
Advanced tastes. This thing of liking overdeveloped women. What's that?
But overdeveloped women are good. Everybody has the taste.
They always say, the more underdeveloped the country, the more overdeveloped the women.
No comment on that, Smita. Page 16, Smita. A lot of things are happening last weekend. The Axe Lounge. Miss World Kenya, and of course we're going to take a look at Miss World Kenya. Her name is Wangoi Gitonga, and the party scene on page 16.
She's called Wangoi Gitonga.
Yes.
Why does she have to be so central sounding?
Yes, that was one of the biggest events that happened last weekend.
They rigged out with 50+1. My friend Leata Safari.
She won it fair and square. She's a vivacious 23-year-old Wangoi Gitonga.
She looks like a happy monkey. Look at her.
Yes, and she was she's now the current Miss World Kenya.
Is she your friend?
Not really. I've not had a chance to meet her, but I'm going to interview her very soon.
I know you're going to bring her on the show.
Yes, and they're going to be going to Indonesia in September.
Indonesia.
Battle it out for the crown.
But so no bikinis,
No. They've said this time now.
Sarongs.
Yes, sarongs, no bikinis.
So long, bikini sarong.
So that's page 17. And of course, as you see right there on page 16, it's a party scene.
What do you think about these things that you like Miss Kenya? I mean, like, do you think that automatically confers on you just the aesthetics to be the most beautiful?
Well,
as a beautiful woman, what do you say?
I think these things, you know, as you see, this Miss World thing is, these pageants have been there since the 60s, the 70s, the 80s,
I thought you were going to say
but they don't say anything, but they don't define a woman's beauty. They don't define a woman's beauty, but according to society, a certain way is defined as beauty, and people compete.
You know what's beautiful?
Everybody wants to make money one way or another.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody wants to make money one way or another.
Yeah.
So
parade those beauties.
just bring them
put
and
them
let's
in
make
swimsuits.
money.
Yeah,
So right there, Wangoi Gitonga,
Yeah.
Wagoi Gitonga.
Yeah, I like
She's the
how you
one
say
who is the reigning Miss World Kenya for 2013.
2013.
Yes.
Okay.
So there she is.
Yeah. And do you think we'll remember in 2015?
I think so.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
She has to keep herself relevant.
She has to find jiggers. She has to coordinate.
No, I think every beauty
jiggers.
queen. Now that's I think the beauty with purpose that happens every year with every beauty.
But why is it always jiggers? The first family jiggers. Jiggers were for Ash, for what we call Cecilia. Now jiggers first family.
Every beauty queen has to
Sarah
do that.
Obama jiggers. Honestly, Sarah Obama, she's 98 years old. And she just discovered that there are no jiggers in Kogal.
She's not
Yeah.
Let's move on to page 19 Twitter. This is a backstage rituals for artists, musicians, actors. The things that they do before they come on stage or before they go on air, before they do whatever they do. So we are here taking a look at Sauti Sol and P Unit and Anthony Soul and Daniel Peter Weke of Mali. So thinking about
these are just witches and witches. If they're in Kisii, there would be a lot of problems.
Like it's a true thing, because talking about backstage rituals on page 19, we all have rituals.
Oh yeah.
Back then, before
What do you do before the show?
Before the show.
Or you said way back then?
When I used to do my acting.
Brenda confession.
When I used to do my acting, before you get in front of the camera and you're about to go and do your scene, I would just go to my little corner and just collect yourself.
Collect yourself.
And get into character.
That's called method acting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I collect myself.
Do you know what I do every time before this show? I do humba, 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 humba. And I slash a chicken. Do you usually see some blood there? And then I eat the tail of lizard. Yeah, and then I'm ready.
Yes, that's some witchcraft.
Yeah, that's serious witchcraft. Yeah.
Kisii. No wonder you're Kisii.
I'm Kisii.
No wonder you're a Kisii. I see even my director is saying you're a Kisii.
Totige.
By this, speaking of kisses, okay, I'll tell you that a bit later on. A bit later on.
You are about to defame kisses on air.
I was just about to defame them. Page 23 overhead. This is stories that we hear on the streets.
Yes.
Word on the street. What's happening on the street. Scandals. And Diamond here, one of the highest paid actors. I mean, rather, musicians. He's saying he doesn't have...
in your acting space.
In my acting space. He's saying he had, he doesn't have time for praise. So this beef that people are, bringing up, he doesn't have time for that. He is saying he has a lot of money to make. His schedule is very busy. He has no business talking to Prezo. I don't know why Prezo is always in, scandals with everyone.
Oh, the beef thing.
Yes.
It's a way always to stay relevant.
It's a good way to stay relevant. I think I applaud him for that.
To get into fights.
Yeah.
But also Diamond is very mature. When you are making money and you are busy, don't act like maskini akipata, beep, inalia mbwata.
Like I can see here, he has a couple of, a few words to say about Prezo, and
no, it's just immature youth. Take it easy, chill out.
Immature youth.
Yeah, just have a vodka, just relax.
Yeah.
You're Diamond, you're making it. Yeah, this beefing to and fro, I'm too busy, I'm making a lot of money.
I think
money is a fluid element. It comes, it goes.
And we're seeing right there Ian Mugoya and Sarah caught out there a bit there. I don't know what that story is all about, so I'm not going to touch on that. And a radio girl on that small box, that black box usually in the middle. It's talking about a radio girl who was caught romping in the office.
Horse voice.
Don't even mention names. Don't mention it. Right there, radio girl caught romping in the office. Interesting story.
I know it is.
Yes.
Yeah. All you have to think of, and I'm not saying anything, is a horse race.
But there are many radio presenters with horse voices.
Your voice is not horse. There are people who talk like this and they are girls. Why do you talk like this when you are a girl?
Because I don't know, you are... I wouldn't know.
And
too much alcohol.
As we finish, too much alcohol. As we finish, yesterday I had a very nice one. And this is a good one for our viewers about Aaron Neville. Yeah, they said, where does he sing like this? Like, I will always love you.
When is this like that?
They say those people who sing like that, like, I will always love you. Yeah. There's someone squeezing something in the studio. So you start, I will always love you. Yeah.
That's how he sings like that.
Yeah.
It's
just talking of hoarse voices.
Then there's the high voices if you're a man.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Nisisi band who I'm about to just bring back?
Oh, they look very, very cool. Yeah, I like their look.
And that's Juve from the Tusker Project fame.
Oh yes, yeah. They're all very tall. I'm starting to get my Napoleon complex right now. So it's time to leave.
And of course, our cover girl for today is Petra.
Oh, the pinup.
Petra. She is a singer and an actress. Wow. And the song that brought her to fame was called Uswahili.
Sorry.
That's our pinup. Her name is Petra. And as the Nisisi band prepares themselves, Mita, thank you. Okay. Although you're a bit late, but thank you so much for making it.
Thank you. Thank you for waking me up.
Yes.
I mean, like through a phone call.
Yeah.
And and we should, just for the pinup, everyone should buy pearls.
Yes, just for the pinup. Petra, right there on your screens as you see.
Have you had on show?
Huh?
Have you had on your show?
No.
Okay, when you do, make
She's
sure.
just recently discovered, so.
Okay.
Yes. I'll bring her
like a salami
back very soon.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll bring her very soon on the show. So the Nisisi band is standing by right now in studio as they're about to perform for you. But stick around. I have